My name is Evan Marks. I practice with a law firm called Marks & West, PA. I'm the Marks. My wife, Carolyn West, is the West. We practice together. We have a motto. We put the family in family law. Do I know any lawyers? Yes, I'll tell you my favorite lawyer joke. Okay. What has 4 legs and chases cats? You don't know? Mrs. Katz and her lawyer.
Very nice.
My favorite lawyer joke.
I like that a lot.
I didn't think that I was going to be a family lawyer when I was going to law school. But I've always been a people person. And in fact, before I was in law school, when I was in college, I had to decide if I wanted to go into drama or if I wanted to go into law. And I finally decided that there were a lot of starving actors, but not a lot of starving lawyers, and I could do the same thing. Because law is a lot of presentation. And with family law, I found out that it's an area of law that you really, really make a difference. Not just for one day, but for every day. It's a permanent difference in people's lives. What you do affects mothers, fathers, children, grandparents. It affects a lot of different people in a lot of different ways. And at Marks & West, PA, we like to say we leave people better than we find them. Well, the trend has been more and more people are getting prenuptial agreements. So should they get more? It's really unique to each person. Some people feel that a prenuptial agreement is marriage in anticipation of divorce, and that divorce then becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. So they don't want to do that. But I would say for most people that have something either to protect in the way of finances, assets, or they have specific ways that they want to handle issues, prenuptial agreements can be a very useful tool. Well, it's kind of interesting because in drafting a prenuptial agreement for a couple, you become more than just a lawyer. You've heard the expression, a lawyer as a counselor. And even though we don't have mental health degrees, let me tell you, there's a lot of mental health work that we do. Armchair psychology. I remember one situation, it was kind of a crazy case, where we worked very hard, literally for 3 months, back and forth negotiating every term of the prenuptial agreement. And when we got there, we had a signing ceremony. And so the wife signs the prenuptial agreement, and the husband goes up with his pen to sign, puts the pen down, takes the papers up, and rips them right in half in front of her, and said, "I just wanted to see if you loved me enough to sign the prenuptial agreement." And she reached her arms open, and they hugged, and that was it. And it was a happy ending. But they didn't sign. There are a lot of weird situations because truth is stranger than fiction. But one that comes to mind right now is a situation where I represented a couple and they wanted the prenuptial agreement the next day. My secretary came into the office to announce that an airplane had hit the World Trade Center, and would we mind if they turned on the television? And the woman was very gracious to the interruption. We didn't think of it was anything, and we continued the conference. My secretary then came in again and said, "There's a second airplane that's hit the World Trade Center, and we've been given a notice that our building needs to be evacuated. Our building is one of the tallest buildings in downtown Miami." At that point, the client said, "Just wait a minute, I have some questions I need to ask you." And I said, "It seems like we have to evacuate our building. Maybe we could reschedule this." "No, you don't understand. We're getting married tomorrow, and we need these questions answered." And my secretary came back into the office and said, "There are people that are escorting us now out of the building. We have to leave now." No, wait," said the client. "I still have a few more questions." We left. And the couple, I never saw or heard from them again. But the interesting thing about all of this was that the relationship between these two people was so important that their own personal world issues and problems be addressed, that they had no vision as to what was going on around them. And in family law, that happens all the time.